The story begins with a dire situation on the Zelleran homeworld. The Zellerans, a highly advanced alien race known for their technological prowess and pride, suddenly find themselves facing an unexpected crisis. A deadly virus has swept through their planet, infecting thousands within days. No one could have predicted this disaster, least of all the Zellerans, who have always considered themselves immune to the dangers that plague lesser-developed species. For centuries, the Zellerans prided themselves on their advanced medicine and technology. They had engineered cures for every known disease in their star system, built cities that floated among the clouds, and had weapons capable of protecting them from almost any threat. Yet, as this new virus spread like wildfire, their confidence began to crumble. It became clear that their technology, so powerful, so reliable, was failing them in their hour of need. The virus was more complex than anything they'd ever encountered, resisting every treatment they attempted. Desperation set in, and the Zellaran Council, the ruling body of their race, was left with no options. For the first time in their long history, they found themselves helpless, their people falling ill with no cure in sight. Fear spread among the Zelleran population, whispers of extinction echoing through their great cities. The Council knew that without outside help, their civilization could be lost forever. Reluctantly, the Council began to consider an unthinkable option, reaching out to the humans of Earth. The mere thought was uncomfortable for them. Humans, after all, were seen as a lesser race, primitive in comparison to the Zellerans' sophisticated culture and advanced technologies. Many on the Council had mocked humans, viewing them as nothing more than a young, aggressive species from a small blue planet. However, the Zellerans had heard whispers of humanity's growing reputation for resilience and ingenuity. Over the past decades, humans had shown remarkable progress, surviving challenges that should have wiped them out, and inventing groundbreaking technologies at a rapid pace. Humans had become known for their resourcefulness, especially in medicine and biology, fields where they had made surprising advances. With their options dwindling, the Council put aside their pride. In an emergency meeting, the most respected members of Zelleran society debated the decision. Some resisted, unwilling to place their trust in humans. "How can we ask them for help when they are so beneath us?" one council member questioned. But others argued that the survival of their people was more important than their pride. If humans had something that could save them, it was worth the risk. Finally, the council reached a decision. They would send a message to Earth, a plea for help. They drafted a formal communication explaining their situation and requesting assistance from Earth's best medical minds. For the Zellerans, this was a moment of vulnerability like no other. It was an admission that even they, with all their technological marvels, were not invincible. The message was transmitted across light years, arriving at a United Earth government facility. At first, the humans receiving the communication could hardly believe it. An advanced alien race was asking them for help? It was unheard of. Scientists and officials quickly reviewed the transmission, trying to understand the full scope of the Zellerans' plight. Back on Earth, medical experts and scientists gathered to assess the situation. They realized this was a rare opportunity, a chance to form an unprecedented alliance and perhaps learn from the advanced technology of the Zellerans. At the same time, it was a test of humanity's compassion. Some argued that helping the Zellerans was pointless. After all, this race had mocked and belittled humans in the past. But others felt that humanity should rise above past insults and show the galaxy what they were truly capable of. Dr. Alex Hayes, a leading virologist known for his dedication and compassion, emerged as the human champion for this mission. He saw beyond the past grudges and believed that helping the Zellerans could pave the way for mutual respect and understanding between the two species. "If we have the knowledge to help, it's our duty to do so," Dr. Hayes argued, inspiring the human delegation to support the mission. With a team of Earth's top scientists and doctors assembled, preparations began for a journey to the Zelleran homeworld. They brought with them the latest Earth medical advancements, hoping they would be enough to make a difference. As they boarded their spaceship, Dr. Hayes and his team knew they were stepping into the unknown. They would be entering a world that once looked down on humanity, a world that now depended on them for survival. Back on the Zelleran homeworld, news of the humans' decision to come spread quickly. The alien population waited with bated breath, unsure of what to expect from these primitive beings. Would they be able to save the Zellerans from extinction, or would they fall short, proving the Zellerans' low opinion of them? In the hearts of both humans and Zellerans, a mixture of hope and doubt simmered. This crisis had brought two unlikely species together, forcing them to confront their prejudices and fears. And as the human spaceship approached the Zellaran atmosphere, everyone knew that the outcome of this mission would change the galaxy forever. On Earth, the Zellarans' urgent plea for help sparks a tense discussion among leaders. An emergency council gathers to decide how to respond to the message from these aliens who once saw humanity as inferior. Memories of past interactions with the Zellaran surface. Many remember the arrogance and superiority they had displayed. Some leaders argue against helping, feeling it would be foolish to assist those who never respected humanity in the first place. They remind the council that the Zellerans look down on humans, treating them as if they were insignificant. However, a few voices rise in defense of compassion, insisting that humanity should uphold its values of kindness and empathy, even toward former critics. Among them is Dr. Alex Hayes, a highly respected and compassionate doctor who has dedicated his life to helping those in need. Dr. Hayes believes that past grudges should not decide the fate of an entire alien species. If we can save lives, shouldn't we try? He asks, his question resonating in the chamber. Dr. Hayes's words carry weight, and gradually the council members' hearts begin to soften. They realize that this crisis is bigger than past insults, and that humanity has a chance to show the galaxy what true compassion looks like. Ultimately, they decide to send a team to the Zellaran world, marking the first cooperative mission of its kind between humans and an advanced alien race. Dr. Hayes is chosen to lead the mission, and he quickly assembles a team of Earth's top medical experts. Equipped with the latest medical technology, treatments, and supplies, they prepare for the journey. Their equipment includes cutting-edge antiviral agents, nanotechnology to combat infections, and advanced diagnostic tools, all things the Zellerans lack in this particular situation. This mission is humanity's chance to make a difference. As the team launches into space, there's a mix of excitement and anxiety. They know they're venturing into a world that has never truly accepted them, a world that once belittled their existence. Yet they feel a sense of purpose, determined to help those in need. When they finally arrive on the Zellaran homeworld, they're greeted by hopeful, anxious faces. To the Zellerans, these human doctors appear like angels, bringing a sliver of hope to a civilization on the brink. The compassion of humanity has given them a chance at survival, and for the first time, the Zellarans begin to see humans in a new light. This alliance, born out of crisis, has the potential to reshape the bonds between Earth and the galaxy. As Earth's medical team lands on the Zellaran homeworld, they're greeted with mixed reactions from the Zellaran people. Some look on with gratitude and hope, eager for a cure to end the devastation of the virus. For these Zellerans, the humans' arrival feels like a lifeline, a beacon of hope in a time of despair. But not everyone is welcoming. A conservative faction within the Zellaran society views the humans with suspicion, if not outright hostility. To them, human interference is not a blessing, but a threat to their race's identity and pride. These traditionalists, known as the pure Zellerans, believe that seeking help from an inferior race is a sign of weakness and betrayal. They worry that by depending on humans, they'll lose their independence and bring shame to their proud history. This faction secretly begins to plot against the human team, determined to stop their efforts to help. They spread whispers among the public, fueling doubts and distrust. Do we really need these humans? They ask. Are we so helpless that we must rely on a lesser species? Through their words, they instill fear, framing the humans not as saviors, but as invaders who might take advantage of their vulnerable state. Meanwhile, the human medical team, led by Dr. Alex Hayes, remains unaware of these conspiracies as they focus on their mission. They set up makeshift medical camps and begin working tirelessly to develop a treatment. Every day they see Zellerans in pain, and the weight of responsibility presses on them. They know they're the last hope for many. Dr. Hayes tries to reassure the Zellaran leaders, but he notices the tension in the air. There's an uneasiness, a lingering feeling that they're not entirely welcome. One evening, a series of accidents disrupts their work. Medical supplies go missing, equipment malfunctions, and critical samples are destroyed. At first, the team assumes these are simple errors or misunderstandings, but soon the incidents become too frequent to ignore. Suspicion grows within the team, and Dr. Hayes realizes that someone may be deliberately sabotaging their mission. Determined to help despite the resistance, Dr. Hayes confronts the Zalaran Council, requesting their support in securing their medical camp. But even within the council, opinions are divided. Some leaders sympathize with the pure Zelarans, while others argue that the humans deserve their protection. The council is locked in conflict, each side convinced they're fighting for the survival of their people. As tension mounts, the human team must race against time, working to save lives while dealing with the challenges of mistrust and sabotage. The stakes are higher than ever, and every setback brings the Zelaran world one step closer to potential collapse. Dr. Hayes and his team work tirelessly, fully focused on their mission to save the Zelarans. Each day brings new challenges as the deadly virus spreads more rapidly throughout the population. Patients who were once hopeful are now deteriorating quickly, their conditions worsening as time slips away. The urgency weighs heavily on the team. They know they are racing against time to find a solution before it's too late. In the makeshift lab, the atmosphere is tense. Dr. Hayes and his colleagues sift through countless data, trying to understand the virus and how it attacks the Zelarans. They conduct experiments day and night, driven by the determination to save lives. Every failure feels like a blow, but they refuse to give up. They share ideas, brainstorm together, and support one another through the stress of the situation. After days of intense research and countless trials, Dr. Hayes finally makes a breakthrough. He develops an innovative cure that targets the specific weaknesses of the Zalaran physiology. It is a monumental moment, filled with hope. The team gathers around as Dr. Hayes explains the treatment, their faces lighting up with excitement. They know that this could be the key to saving thousands of lives. However, delivering the cure is not as simple as it sounds. With the threat of sabotage still looming, they must tread carefully. The pure Zelarans, still determined to stop the human team, are growing bolder. Dr. Hayes worries about how to distribute the cure safely without putting his team or the Zelarans in further danger. As they prepare to test the cure, they decide to use a smaller group of volunteers who are in critical condition. The team knows that if the treatment works, it will not only save those lives, but also help regain the trust of the Zelarans who are hesitant to accept help from humans. Just as they get ready to administer the cure, the team receives word of a possible attack from the pure Zelarans. This news sends shockwaves through the camp. The team must now devise a plan to protect themselves and the Zelarans who have volunteered. With lives hanging in the balance and the clock ticking, Dr. Hayes leads his team into action. They prepare for the delivery of the cure while staying alert for any signs of sabotage. In this race against time, every moment counts. Dr. Hayes knows that this breakthrough could change everything, but they must stay one step ahead of their enemies if they are to succeed. The tension in the air is palpable as they move forward, determined to make a difference before it's too late. In the climax of the story, Dr. Hayes and his team face a critical moment. After days of hard work, setbacks, and the constant threat of sabotage, they finally prepare to deliver the cure to the Zalaran population. With their hearts racing, the team sets up a central medical facility in the heart of the capital city, where the majority of the sick are gathered. They know this is their chance to prove themselves and to show the Zelarans that humans can be trusted. As they begin administering the cure, the pure Zelarans make one last desperate attempt to stop them. A group of these traditionalists storms the facility, trying to disrupt the treatment process and instill fear in the volunteers. However, Dr. Hayes and his team refuse to back down. With determination and courage, they stand firm, protecting the Zelarans who have put their faith in them. A tense standoff unfolds, but the team's resolve inspires the sick Zelarans watching the scene unfold. In the heat of the moment, as tensions rise, something incredible happens. The very Zelarans who were once hesitant and skeptical begin to see the truth. The humans are here to help. Witnessing the dedication and selflessness of Dr. Hayes and his team, they realize that their previous prejudices and arrogance were misguided. The humans are risking their lives to save them, showcasing a level of kindness and resilience that deeply moves the Zelarans. In a powerful turn of events, some of the Zelarans who were initially against the humans step forward to help. They stand beside Dr. Hayes and his team, assisting in the treatment of their fellow citizens. This unexpected alliance signals a change in attitude, bridging the gap between the two races. As the cure takes effect, those who were treated begin to recover, and hope spreads like wildfire throughout the population. After the successful distribution of the cure, the Zalaran leaders gather to formally thank the human team for their incredible efforts. They express their gratitude, acknowledging that they had underestimated humanity's capacity for compassion and sacrifice. For the first time, they see the humans not as inferior beings, but as allies who have saved their people from extinction. This moment marks a significant turning point in Zelaran society. Respect for humans begins to grow, and a new era of cooperation and understanding is born. The Zelarans commit to building a future where both species can work together for the betterment of their worlds. Dr. Hayes and his team leave the Zelaran homeworld with their heads held high, proud of what they have accomplished. This climax solidifies the theme of compassion triumphing over prejudice, showing that even in the darkest of times, humanity's light can shine through and inspire change. After their incredible journey on the Zalaran homeworld, the human team led by Dr. Hayes returns to Earth. They come back not just as heroes, but also with new knowledge and valuable experiences that will shape their future. The mission was a success, and they now have a deeper understanding of the challenges faced by other civilizations in the galaxy. As they land back on Earth, the team feels a sense of pride in what they have accomplished together. Meanwhile, the Zelarans are experiencing a transformation of their own. Inspired by the bravery and compassion shown by the human team, they decide to establish a formal alliance with humanity. The leaders of the Zelaran Council gather to discuss the next steps, realizing that working together will benefit both races. They agree that sharing knowledge, technology, and medical advancements will strengthen their societies and lead to a brighter future for both the Zelarans and humans. This newfound alliance symbolizes hope and unity. The Zelarans and humans commit to collaborating on various projects, including advanced research in medicine, technology, and interstellar exploration. They plan joint missions to explore uncharted regions of the galaxy, fostering an environment of friendship and mutual respect. The Zelarans now view humanity not as a lesser race, but as equal partners who have much to offer. As news of the alliance spreads, other alien races in the galaxy take notice. The story of how the humans helped save the Zelarans and the subsequent formation of this alliance becomes an inspiring tale. It encourages other civilizations to look beyond their prejudices and consider the benefits of cooperation. The galaxy begins to see humanity in a new light, no longer as a race to be mocked, but as brave and compassionate allies. The story concludes on a hopeful and promising note, showing that compassion and courage can bridge even the widest gaps between different cultures. Dr. Hayes reflects on how their actions have not only saved lives, but have also laid the groundwork for a future filled with possibilities. The alliance holds the promise of peace, understanding, and shared knowledge that can change the galaxy for the better. In the final moments, the camera pans out to show both human and Zelaran ships flying side by side, a powerful symbol of their new partnership. The galaxy looks brighter, filled with the potential for new adventures and discoveries. As the story closes, it leaves readers with a sense of optimism, reminding them that when different beings come together with open hearts and minds, they can achieve the extraordinary.